Let's talk about my word of the year for 2023. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I teach you how to use planners in functional and decorative ways, and we do some chatting along the way once in a while. This is my currently page for January, and I decided to do my word of the year, my one little word on this page. So before we dive into this, let me talk about the one little word idea and the words that I've used in the past. If you don't know what a word of the year is or one little word, it started with Ali Edwards a long time ago, maybe like 2006. And the planner community has kind of taken it on. So every year we choose a word, not everyone, but most people, we choose a word that is our word of intention for the year. So it's a reminder of something you want to either improve upon, something you want to change in your life, or just a reminder in general, like a theme of the year, something that encompasses everything you'd like this year to be. I started choosing a word of the year in 2019, and I love doing it every year. So in 2019, I chose the word forward. My late husband Daniel had ALS, and he had just passed away in 2018 in the summer. So I chose this word in December of 2018. And this was my way of telling myself, I need to move forward because that's what he would want. That doesn't mean I was forgetting about him or moving away from him or away from my grief. What it meant was taking steps to rebuild my life after I was really thrown for a loop. And this was good. This was a reminder all year. I kept it on my wall and it just felt like appropriate. And I did move forward that year. That's the year that I actually really built my channel up, and it really made like a huge difference having this word as a reminder. And then in 2020, I chose the word peace. The reason I picked this word, and this got a little messed up, but the reason I picked this word was that I was feeling really overwhelmed with life at that point. Now, I have ADHD, so I am in a state of constant overwhelm, really, but I was feeling really, really overwhelmed. I was working at Remax part-time, and then I was doing the channel part-time. I was working a lot, but more than that, my house was cluttered. I had not decluttered since I moved in with my late husband. So part of 2020 was getting rid of old things, and I did. I decluttered my entire house. I had my whole garage filled up with stuff that I either trashed or donated, and it was a good feeling. So that was part of it. The other part was just trying to find more simplicity in my life, and I don't know that I did, because my word for 2021 was build and balance. I actually had two words that year. The reason I had two words is I just couldn't decide. And that's okay. You can have more than one word if you want. Some people choose a word every month, and I considered doing that this year, but in a way, I thought that was going to be too much for me. So I really wanted to focus on one. I chose build because I really wanted to start doing other things with my business. I wanted to make stickers. I wanted to do merch and I had all these goals, right? And so that was what this one was. Balance was because I was working too much. I did not have enough balance in my life. I was working weekends, I was working some nights, and it was a lot. It was a whole lot. I was kind of getting like burnt out. And so I decided that I really needed more balance between my work and my personal life. And so that's what this was for. Now, I will say, I feel like I achieved the balance part because I did start working less. I don't know that I was working smarter, but I was working less, and I felt better in that respect. Build did not happen. I mean, it did a little bit, but for the most part, no. And the reason was 2021 was a year of just like upheaval, and lots of things happened in my family that year, good and bad. My daughter got married, and it was like a quick engagement. My boyfriend and I broke up, and then we got back together. I got engaged. My son was in and out of the hospital, and then my son died in October, and more. I mean, it was just a year of like so much happening in my life and my family that I just couldn't do this. And that's okay. Just because you choose a word does not mean that that word is, written in stone. It doesn't mean that. What it means is it's a reminder to you to try your best to live by that word that year. And that's all we can really do is try. If at the end of the year you did not succeed at your word or whatever, it's not a failure. It's not a failure at all, because you made an intention, and you did your best. Even if you don't think you did your best, sometimes life circumstances means that you did the best you could at the time. So I'm telling you not to feel like a failure if you just couldn't, you guys, life is hard. Mental health issues are tough too if you're going through something like that. So be gentle on yourself if you don't, live by your word for the entire year, or if you don't do it at all. Like, it's just something to focus on. Okay, so 2022, of course, was, the beginning was rough. Because my son passed away in September. So I chose the word time. And this is when I started doing it this was actually my monthly last year. I chose the word time because I felt like life is short. That's the second person extremely close to me who passed away unexpectedly, And so I was really trying to focus on spending more time with my family and making sure that I had time for everyone I loved, because I didn't want to work so much and then regret it, because you never know. And I don't want to sound depressing. I really don't. But I'm trying to be realistic and telling you that you really do not know when someone's last day on earth is, as we know. So my focus on this was, two-part. One, I wanted to spend more time with my family. And two, I wanted to do some time management so that I could spend more time with my family. So it's kind of a two-part thing. Now, I will say the time management thing, I tried. But as I said before, sometimes your word of the year doesn't quite work the way you wanted it to work. And that's okay. So at the end of this year, right now, I'm looking at this word time and thinking to myself, did I do that? I think I did more of the family part and less of the time management part, which is good. I'd rather have more of the family part than the time management part. But I felt like I wasn't good at managing my time, because grief affects your life in so many ways. And so for me, it's caused a lot of anxiety and also brain fog. A lot of brain fog. I have trouble thinking a lot of the time. And so trying to manage my time in a better way was really hard. There were a couple months where I wasn't working much because I was just going through such a rough time. I took the whole month of March off pretty much because I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And, there was other things going on in my personal life. And so I was just having trouble with that part of it. But I'm glad I chose that word. It is a good reminder. And all of these words that I've chosen are still a good reminder to me. Don't forget your words from the past. If you've chosen a word every year, don't forget. And if you're having trouble choosing your word, what I would suggest, and I know I'm chatty in this, I'm going to start my page soon and tell you my word of the year. Sorry. I get really chatty in these word of the year videos because these words mean a lot to me. And I want to make sure you understand the concept and also how it can affect your life. I really want to do good on my channel, and I really want to influence people in a positive way. That's actually part of my healing, is helping people. And I don't know why I'm tearing up. I started talking about helping people and I started getting choked up a little bit. Wow. If you're having trouble choosing your word, think of the things in your life that you feel are lacking, are missing something. You know how when there's something bothering you in the back of your mind, but you don't really know what it is, and you really can't figure it out, and you're like, I know something's wrong. I know something's bothering me. What is it? And then you're like, oh yeah, that thing. And then you're like, oh. Well, if you can't think of what isn't making you feel good in your life, it's a good thing to sit down and do some brainstorming, some journaling, just like free writing. Just start writing out, I don't know, how your year went. What are your goals for the new year? That's another thing you can think of when you're trying to pick your word, not just what you feel like you need to improve upon or you're lacking, but actually what are your goals? Like I chose the word build because my goal was to build my business. This year, I'm not choosing a goal per se. I went back and forth about my word. I really did. And one of my patrons suggested this word, and then a couple other people said it too. So I did a vlog for them. On my Patreon, one of the tiers get exclusive videos. And so I do this thing called a Bumble walk and talk, where I walk the dog and I, give them my thoughts. Sometimes they're just like trivial thoughts, and sometimes they're really philosophical thoughts. Anyway, I started talking about my word. I explained a little bit to them, and then they selected this. Let me just tell you what the word is. Jeez. Okay. So my word of the year, wait, let me get my paper. It's connect. I'm going to letter this and stuff, and I'll talk about this. If you watched my recent habits video, you would think that my word would be heal or something of the sort. And in fact, that is what I was going toward, or something of that respect, like about my mental health, my healing, physical and mental. I have a lot of habits that I'm working on. But I decided that that was so general. I started thinking, you ever see somebody do those wheels? I don't know what they're called. It's like a circle, and you divide into categories of your life and see how much you need. What am I trying to say? Like home, or like family, or money. And then you can see like, you fill it in like a graph to see how, I'm not explaining this well. Anyway, think about your life in categories, okay? What category would be the lowest? So I started thinking about my life categories. And I think for the past about 10 to 15 years, there's been one category that's been the lowest in my life. The one that needs work for me is the social part. I am a true introvert. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm shy, although I was really shy when I was young. I still have some of that shyness when I meet new people if I'm in a group. But if I'm, one-on-one, or if no one knows anybody or whatever, I'm fine. It's only if I'm in a group of people that know each other, right? That's a little bit scary. But it's not so much shyness. It's more, I sort of isolate. Especially when things are not going well in my life. And as we know, the past 5 years have been a rough patch, right? So I tend to isolate. I tend to be a loner, and there's long periods of time where I don't leave the house. I don't like to go to the store anymore. I don't like to, do anything out of the house really. But once I do, I'm happy I did it and I feel better. And that includes getting together with friends, things like that. I've lost some friends over the years from, when you go through major deaths, you do tend to lose people in your life who aren't wanting to be there for whatever reason. So I've definitely lost some friends, and I would like to work on gaining new friendships and like rekindling old friendships, things like that. And I feel as though I don't want to go anywhere. It's hard. If you're an introvert, you will totally get this. You will totally get it. I do not want to leave the house. I don't want to socialize. I don't want to go to parties. I don't want to go out with friends. Usually. There's sometimes when I think, oh, I'll make this plan. I'll really want to for a little bit of time. And then I'll call somebody up. Hey, can you get together next Saturday? Yeah, sure. And then it comes and I'm like, I really don't want to go. But then when I go, and I've talked about this before on my channel, when I go, and I come home, first of all, I have a good time when I'm out. And when I come home, I'm so glad I did it. But getting myself to do it is the hard part. There's more to this word, and I'll talk about that too. The reason this came up, I think, is because recently I attended my ex-father-in-law's funeral, who is my kid's grandfather. It was really sad. And again, here I am talking about death, but there's a point to this. So we're at the funeral, and his daughter, my ex-husband's sister, gets up and starts talking. She's delivering a eulogy, right? She's listing all of the roles that he played in his life, and all of the things that he accomplished in his life, and all the people that he touched, and all the volunteer things he did. And I just listened to this, all of these things, and I thought, yeah, he did all that. He's always done a lot. He would play sports with his friends every week. He would volunteer at a food kitchen. It just made me think a little bit about my life, kind of the legacy I want to leave, I guess, or how I want to feel when I'm older, you know, if I'm lucky enough to get that old, how I will feel looking back on my life. I was thinking, okay, what would they say at my funeral? I'm sure they'd say I was a wonderful influence on people, right? I was strong. I was a good mom. I just feel like something's missing. I realize what's missing is more interaction with people. And I know I interact a lot online every day, all day, right? It's exhausting. But there's nothing quite like in-person interaction or even talking to someone on the phone, things like that. I just think I'm not getting enough of that. And like I said, on the weeks I have that, I feel good, right? I feel more well-rounded or something. I'm not trying to turn myself into an extrovert or anything like that. I'm not trying to, you know what? I should outline this while I talk to you. Oh my gosh. Or this video is going to be 2 hours long. Okay, well, I'll talk while I'm doing this. Sorry. Oh my, I should have been doing that. I put this onto another piece of paper so that I could center it because I was afraid I was going to mess it up. I'm going to color this in and stuff, and then I will glue it to the paper. And also, I just want to tell you, I did not like just write this font out. What I did and what I do sometimes when I want to do some lettering with a different font is I'll go online and just look up free fonts, and then I'll type in like the word as like a sample word, and then it'll shoot out all these fonts that say connect. So I found one. It's called Tan Ashford. Anyway, I sort of based this font off that font. I just kind of drew it myself, but I wanted to tell you I looked at something. This just didn't pop in my head. There are 3 things I'm thinking about when it comes to the word connect. I'm using a Pigma Micron 12, size 12, by the way. When I think of the word connect, I think, okay, how do I want to connect to friends and family? And that would include spending more time with family, spending more time with friends, spending more time out of the house in general, even if that means like literally just going to the store more often, just getting out among people. I think COVID too has made it worse, you know. Introverts thrived during the beginning of the pandemic, right? Like we loved it. We're just like, I'll sit in my house with my cozy blanket and my fuzzy socks and watch Netflix, sure, but I think I got even sort of more introverted during COVID. So I stopped going out as much in general. And I always feel better, even if I just like go get groceries, which I hate doing, by the way, but I always feel kind of better just being out among people. So that's like crooked C. Oh, well. So it's like, how am I connecting with my friends and family, which means spending more time with friends, spending more time with family, talking to people more, even if it's on the phone, right? And making new friends in my real life. Because like I said, I have lost friends over the years through divorce and through my grief and all that, like good friends. I don't know if it's because I'm living here now in this apartment or what it is. I'm just feeling lonely. And I've been feeling that way for quite a while. And I have people in my life, so I don't know why I'm feeling that way, but I think it's because I'm not getting out enough. And I'm not having enough like experiences in general. I have a lot of online experiences, but I feel like my life isn't enriching enough. So the next part of it then would be connecting with my community. So I've been wanting to volunteer for so long. I really have. But life has thrown me a couple of curveballs. And so it's hard to get out of the house in general. And it's really hard to sign up for anything. And also COVID and all that. So it's been, a little bit difficult. But I think this year I would like to volunteer in some aspect. I think part of happiness and part of looking back on your life when you're older and thinking that you led a really enriched life means doing for your community and helping other people. And I know I help people online, but I want to help people in another way. Okay, so it means that. It also might mean connecting with myself, and that's part of the healing things. That sort of ties in a little bit. Part of connecting with myself is doing things maybe out of my comfort zone, or doing things that are maybe like a different hobby or something like that that's not planner related, you know? So all these things are running through my head. I'm going to erase these pencil lines. Hopefully this is dry enough. So all these things are running through my head. And so I chose the word connect because, first of all, one of my patrons mentioned it, like I said, but also because I just feel like it fits for now. That I want that social part to feel more fulfilled. I'm feeling like it's not. And I feel like that's the one thing in my life. I mean, there's a lot in my life that's missing, but I think that's the main thing that I have been neglecting for a long time, ever since my divorce probably. As hard as this is probably the hardest word of the year for me that ever was, you know, but as hard as this is, I think it's necessary. So that's going to be my main focus this year. Of course, I'm focusing on healthy habits, you know, and all of that. But I really would like to experience more, get out of my comfort zone, stop staying in the house so much. And I think it's going to make a difference. I don't know. I'm going to try my best to do it. Okay. That was so wordy. I'm sorry that it was so wordy. But sometimes I get really chatty here. If you're new, you might not know that. But if I have something important to say, I do get a little bit talkative. Connect. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is take washi tape. I was going to use colored pencils, but I couldn't find my pencil sharpener, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to take some washi tape, and this is kind of a fun idea. Also, I'm going to cover this up in case you're wondering. I have washi tape in these colors, and then I also have some polka dots here. And I have this too, but I don't think I'm going to use this. I will link these for you. These came from one pack. This was another pack, and I can't remember where I got this one. I'm going to create like a patchwork effect here. So I'll just show you on the C, and then I'll probably fast forward the rest because it might take a little bit of time. So I'm going to take this tape and start covering parts of this. So we'll start there like that. So I'm just going to connect these like this, like go right up to it. Actually, wait, let's take this all the way across the top here. And I'll show you what we're going to do. We're not leaving it like this. Just trying to get it as straight as possible. When you're doing this, try not to pull. Try not to pull too much, because if you do, the washi will pop up off your page. So next I'll use, I guess, the green. And the reason I chose these colors, you'll see in a minute. It's the sticker book I'm using. That's how I picked the color palette. Okay, so we're going to take this one all the way across. I'm telling you not to pull too hard, and I feel like I'm pulling too hard. We'll do this one. Is this a good order? I feel like there's too much green in it. Maybe I could cut the green smaller, but I'm too lazy. I'm not going to. And then I guess the purple, but I didn't really want to put, all right, I am going to cut the green a little skinnier just because I wanted to put more purple on here, and I don't want to put it right next to the blue because it's going to be like plaid on plaid. So let's do this. I'll take this off. I'm going to get my, uh-oh, I ripped it, shoot. So if you didn't know, you can trim down washi so easily with the paper trimmer if you want it to be like a skinnier washi, which I do. So, ooh, did you hear that? It made like a little twang, like I was playing a guitar. I could like do songs on my channel. I could play some guitar solos with that, but I don't know any songs, and also it's just one tone. That's pretty good. So let's cut this baby. Now we have two skinny washis, or skinnier, I should say. How about this size? Let's try it. Oh my, Bumble. She's sassing. Stop your sassiness. Okay, that looks like it goes downhill slightly, but let's see if we can pull this up without ruining it. All right. Now I think, let's see. Let's pick a different one besides this. Hold on. That one's kind of big. I sort of want a small one so I can do more purple there. This is like a little cream colored compared to this, so that kind of bugs me, but we're gonna put it on and see how it looks on the first letter. Whoa. There's been a lot of stuff going on upstairs today. Did that scare you, Bumble? You okay? Come here. Oh, she got scared. Look, her ears are back. Poor baby. Say hello to your fans. Well, she's yawning. It's just people moving furniture, baby. You're good. Anyway, let's put this on the bottom. I can't have you in my lap when I'm cutting washi, baby. Oh, she wants to sit in my lap. Okay. I'm gonna do my best. All right. So we have that. We're not leaving it like this. What we're gonna do is cut around this part. So I want to leave like the black line there. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm cutting like next to that black line, but keeping the washi tape. And also when you're doing this, like just, especially if you're doing it on your page, just do like a gentle touch. It's enough to cut that washi. I mean, it cuts pretty easily. If you push too hard, you might cut into your page and you probably won't be very happy. Just wait for it. You're gonna see the magic. I'm not gonna take you through all of these. I'll do that on my own time, but well, I'll do that fast forward or something, but like, you're gonna see the magic. Did I do this part already? It's hard to tell what I did and what I didn't. Okay, so let's cut here. Did I cut on the top? Let's see if I did it. Uh-oh, is that gonna rip my paper? It might. Oh. Okay, well, we're just gonna deal with it, you know. It is what it is, guys. Okay, so you're gonna start by pulling it off like so, and it's gonna just pull off the washi that is not inside the letter, and we'll see the magic happen. And you're gonna have a lot of like washi strips in your little, oh no. All right, we can go around with the pen again if that happens, so darn. Anyway, you're gonna have a lot of little washi tidbits. What I usually do is have like an oversized sticky note over off my desk so that I can just throw these on, but this time there's gonna be a lot of them, so I'm just gonna get a piece of paper and I'll stick them there for now. So let's get this again. I just like kind of do this to sort of fix it. I think you see what I'm doing, right? I think it's pretty cool to have like that patchwork look. I don't know yet about these colors and if they're gonna match the stickers I'm planning on using, but hopefully. And that's also overlapping that one a little bit. Actually, let's take this down. I think I made a mistake with that. Wow, I don't know what they're doing up there, but they're running around or something. It's really annoying. Don't they know I'm filming my one little word video? Come on. Ah, now I smeared it. Cool, that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to fast forward this part. It's gonna take me a while. It does take a while, but I'm gonna go through and do all the letters with this and then pull it all off at the end and you'll see the magic just take place. All right, cool. Sit back and relax. I'll be right back. All right, that took a while to cut, especially with this dog in my lap. She is scared. I think someone's moving in upstairs or something because they're moving furniture around, I think. So that's bad news for me because since I live in an apartment, I don't think there's been anyone living upstairs since I moved in. And so I always thought, well, they're just really quiet, but apparently I don't think anyone was living there. So what that means for us as a family here, you and me, is that there might be a little bit of noise in the videos more often than not, you know, depending on if they work at home, if I film during the day, you know what I mean? So we'll see. So anyway, I'm just pulling this off, which takes... I'm not sure I understand. Oh my gosh, Siri, I was not talking to you. Please stop. I'm just pulling this off here, and it's like time consuming to do this, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of satisfying, don't you think? Like you just pull it and then all of a sudden you have a letter, right? It's kind of cool. This one got a little messed up there. We'll fix that. You can always tweak it at the end if you mess up. I don't know. I just think it's so fun. It's like just like a quilt or something. It's kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to keep doing this and I will be back because I don't want to bore you with all of this nonsense. So that looks super cool. One thing to note though is if you do something like this, just make sure you have enough time in your day because that was pretty time consuming. But that's super cool, isn't it? I really like it. It's also hard with a dog in your lap, disclaimer. So let me just color in that part that was smudged with a white pen. I'm using a Uniball Signo. I finally found it. I had lost it. It was in the bottom of my bin. I think that's good. Let me get the sticker book that I'm going to be using. That is the self-care sticker book because the colors are pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. Not perfect, but pretty good. I feel like that's put on a little crooked, but we're just gonna live with it because I thought I would want to disguise some of the bottom of this cut and maybe some of that, I don't know, by putting on some fun stickers. And I think I'm gonna cover this up with label paper or something. It's gonna be whiter than my page too, but I think I'm gonna put some flowers on it, so we'll probably be okay. So let me know in the comments what your word of the year is. I really love to read about them and why did you pick it? If you've used the word connect, I want to know if you have and like why you chose that one too. I will try to link my other one little word videos for you that I've done in the past in the description box because that might be interesting if you're really into that sort of thing, and maybe you can listen to me talk about it, say I'm really gonna do this, and then I don't, but yeah, it's interesting. So let's go ahead and add some of these really pretty florals. I'll link this for you. It's part of the self-care box, like I said, and it came with like such good stuff in it. It was like a gift box. I sort of like these, but where's the ones with the mint on them? I think I want those actually. All right, Bumble, you're gonna have to get down, baby girl. Let's just start throwing some of these on here. I also would like to know if you've ever done like this type of thing with washi tape and letters. It's really fun. It just takes a while. Should I add in some of this color too? Maybe. Just sort of scattering them around. It doesn't really have to be any big deal, you know? All right, let's cut these off and see how it looks. That looks kind of cool. Underneath here, I want to use some circles. So there's these circle stickers in here that are really cute. These ones. And I thought in the circles I would put the categories, like I need then, wait, oh, the big ones are gone. I used them. Darn it. Well, I'll have to use all little ones. I need 4. So categories for connecting. Be friends, family, community, and myself. So I thought I'd scatter them around here. I thought that would be sort of fun. And we'll cover up like part of that so it's not so noticeable. Oh, I don't know if I like that, but it's there now. Okay, so let's just write it in here with this pen. No, that's too thick. Let's get maybe an 8 or a 10. I love these Pig Microns. They come in, you can get them separately, but they also come in a set of like different sizes. I have like 5 different sizes, and I like having options when it comes to thicknesses of pens that I use, you know? So I'll link these for you. I really like the set. Friends. Family. We're sort of just randomly doing it. Community is hard to fit in there. I guess I will have to do a dash. Oh boy, that's okay. Myself is the last one. Okay, I could put something to like here so that it's not so noticeable. Let's look in this book. Maybe there's like strips in here or something. I don't think there is. Oh wait, I can cut a strip out of this. Remember how I talk about that all the time? Let's do it. Okay, because the backing here is like a sticker, you know, so let's cut that. Make a washi tape strip or a sticker strip. So I'm just gonna get as much as I can. Like this goes almost to the end, so it's gonna be skinny. I could always double up on it, but, or I can take, wait, if I do these, it's actually gonna be thicker. You know, the ones in between. Let's do a couple of those instead. I know, I'm cutting up my page, you guys. There's still stickers on here, you know. I know that's a little weird, but I do weird things here on my channel if you're new. So expect the unexpected. In fact, let's do a flash giveaway. What? Yep. Hold on. I'll tell you about it in a second after I cut this. Oh wait, that says Happy Planner on it. We're not going to use that part. Yeah, I like to do giveaways every so often for the people who watch the whole video. That's why I do it more towards like the middle to the end. I do giveaways sometimes where I put it in the title, but what that does is attract people who only like giveaways, and then they watch my video because they want to enter the giveaway. And sometimes they're not even people who are interested in this kind of stuff, you know. Like, so I just think it's important to reward like people who really watch my videos and really like me or subscribe. Like, you don't have to subscribe to, I don't have any rules really for entering. I used to. I don't do that anymore. I just think it's good to give people something who have been loyal watchers, you know, or even if you're new. So to enter, all you need to do is give a comment below. If you already made a comment while you were watching this video and you want to enter the giveaway, I just want one, wait, let me rephrase that. Okay. Only one comment per person is allowed. So if you've already commented on the video, what I'd like you to do is go back and edit your comment, if that's okay with you, and just say you want to enter the giveaway if you want to. I'll show you the prize in a minute. If you don't, I think I made this too skinny. Shoot. If you don't want to enter, then you don't have to do that, of course. It's going to be like a random number generator I use. And if your comment is selected and you don't say that you want to win it, then I'm going to give it to somebody else, because I don't want to assume that everybody who comments wants to win. You know what I mean? So to enter, just say you want to enter. And I would love another comment too. I love reading the comments. So if it's something like, you know, if you've done a word of the year, I'd like to know that or whatever. But did I make this one too thick? Yeah, I did. Come on, Mary Ellen, get it together. I'm trying to talk about the giveaway rules at the same time I'm doing this. That is the issue. I'll just cut it. All you need to do to enter is to leave a comment of any sort and also say you'd like to enter. That's really it. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would, because growing my channel is important to me and really to any content creator. So if you enjoy someone's content, it really does make a difference if you subscribe to them versus just watch it when it shows up. So if you enjoy my content, I really would appreciate if you'd hit the subscribe button. But you don't have to be a subscriber to enter. I just would like to grow my channel. So, you know, it really does make us happy to see that number going up, even though it's just a number. I don't care that much, but I kind of do a little bit, because my goal is to get to 100,000, which would be cool, because then I get like a play button to put on my wall from YouTube. They send you something in the mail. Like, how cool is that? But I said that once in a video, and then somebody commented and said that I sound greedy or something, and I'm like, I what? I didn't mean to sound greedy. It's sort of just my goal in my head to reach 100,000. I think that would be so wild. So I feel like I want to get there, but I need your help if you like my videos. If you don't like my videos, of course, like, why would you subscribe? Please don't. In fact, if you don't like it, I don't want to know, and I'd rather you don't subscribe. But if you do, I would love a subscription, not a subscription. I would love more subscribers, so thank you. The giveaway will be good until, let's see, how about I pick the winner on January 1st? And I didn't even tell you what the prize is yet, and you're probably like, what if you commented already that you entered the giveaway and you don't even know what it is yet? Then you're greedy. No, I'm just kidding. I'll put the rules in the description box too. You have to pay attention, because I'm gonna reply to your comment saying you won, and then you have to email me, and I'll say that in the comment. But if you don't pay attention and you don't respond and don't email me, then I'm going to choose another winner within 24 hours. So turn on those notifications for comments. Okay, so let me go get the prize. Okay, this is a good one, you guys. I am giving away this budget journal. It's a new guided journal from the Happy Planner. It's really cute and great for budgeting. It's so much better than the other budget journals they've had in the past. Like, there's no spend trackers. There's sections for you know, housing, utilities, transportation, weekly expenses. And then there's like this journaling daily thing where like you can focus on your budget and what small steps you took, what you should have done differently, that kind of thing. It's so good. But I'm going to give it away because I don't do budget planning per se. I should, but I will tell you that I have a lot of goals this year and there's too many goals and I can't add another one. So right now, I'm not going to be using a budget journal. So that means it's up for grabs. Let's get back to this now. So I'm going to have 3 sections here. I think what I'm going to do is like do a little journaling on this word. Let's see if there's boxes in here I can use. I mean, there's these, but they're not big enough. Okay, let's look in this Pastel Basics sticker book by Kelva Plan because I feel like some of these colors will maybe match. And I want to put like 3 boxes here and I'll explain after I put the boxes down. Ooh, wait. Oh, that really matches. Okay. This one. Ooh, this is going to be really good. I'll link this for you. I love having this book of pastel boxes because I love like making pastel stuff. Let's use this one. Okay. I feel like this is the longest video on earth. I'm probably gonna have to cut it down a lot. What I'm gonna do is white out these here because I kind of don't want them to show through. So this is gonna be how I can connect more with my family and friends. This one's gonna be how I can connect more with the community, and this one will be with myself. I'm just gonna write friends and family, community, myself. How can I connect more with people in these categories? That's like my little journaling prompt. Okay, let's write word of the year. Don't worry, I didn't forget of the, I'm just writing it in a smaller pen. Okay, and then I'm gonna write 2023, I guess, here, even though it says it up there. Maybe I don't need to. Let's just fill that in with flowers or something, actually. Something cute. Maybe some of these ones that are a little bit different from those. I kind of like this. There's a purpose in this season. I thought maybe I could put it down here. Let's white this part out and put that down here. Oh, I don't like how much you can see that white out there. Actually, let's take some label paper instead. It's like blends in more, I guess. I think I've been doing this for like an hour and a half. I'm not kidding you either. I don't know how long this video is, but it's definitely not going to be an hour and a half. So we'll have seen the cut down version. Let's put a little flower next to it. Okay. Now I want to add more here, like on the sides. Oh my gosh. Wait. Do that. That just fills it up. And now this looks blank. Oh my gosh. Wait, let's put a couple of little flowers there. Do you hear Bumble digging in her bed? Oh, there's Washi on the back. She likes to dig and dig and dig in her bed like she's going somewhere, you know? All right, there's stuff everywhere. Let's see what this looks like. Maybe another flower right there. That'll be it, I think. So I title my pages. I'm not going to name this one because this is a currently page and I don't really need to name a currently page. So just in case you're wondering, did she name it? No, I'm not going to name it. I'm also going to fill out this part like on my own because I want to do some reflection and it's just easier to reflect when I'm not under a camera, if you know what I mean. So I think I'm going to fill that out by myself. But there is my currently page for January, the first page that I made in my planner for the new year. I'm very excited about the new planners. I really like this word and I think it's going to be a good reminder throughout the year. Okay, I am tired and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.